malnourished, and over 109,000 pregnant and lactating women in need of treatment, underscoring the scale of humanitarian emergency. Further, water stress has emerged as one of the harshest realities. Women and children bear the greatest burden, walking long distances, missing school, and facing increased risks of disease and malnutrition. This suffering is especially painful as it unfolds against the backdrop of Ramadhani, when many families already fasting for faith now endure hunger and thirst imposed by circumstances. In light of these realities, William Ruto must declare the drought in northern Kenya a national disaster. Such a declaration will unlock the scale of national and international response required to save lives, protect livelihoods, and restore dignity of the Kenyan people. Before a drought reaches the emergency phase, a responsible leadership does preparedness. With 3 failed rain seasons, what was expected? Building of water ponds, dams, and allocation of emergency funds in time to those in need. In a meeting yesterday, the government, in a typical knee-jerk reaction, allocated 4 billion Kenya shillings to 23 ASAL counties. This translates to approximately 173 million per county, allocated to 3.3 million Kenyans who are affected. This translates to 1,200 Kenya shillings per person. These funds are way below the minimum food basket recommended by the United Nations to approximately Kenya shillings 2,700 per person in the rural areas. In an expose recently, the Office of the Deputy President spent 338 million on private jets, chartered airplanes, and choppers. Aden Duale's Shah business lost 11 billion Kenya shillings. This government does not take human life seriously. For a young man in Kenya, if they are not killing you in the streets, they are tear gassing you in church or killing you with thirst and hunger in the north. At the same time, the leaders of northern Kenya, who cannot account for Kenya shillings 1 trillion since devolution in 2013, are quiet and enjoying luxury in Nairobi as their people in the north continue to suffer from hunger and anguish. The people of northern Kenya are Kenyans. Their children are Kenyan children. Their hopes, struggles, and aspirations are part of the shared destiny of our nation. Any Kenyan oppressed or neglected today is a warning to us all. And injustice and suffering do not recognize borders or communities. We are and must remain one for all and all for one. Let this be the moment we reclaim the best of who we are, a people who do not turn away from hardship, but who meet it together with courage, with compassion, and with the unbreakable spirit of a nation that refuses to abandon its own. The spirit of Harambee must guide us. As President William Ruto tours the food insecure and water-stressed north from tomorrow to disperse the Nyota cash in Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa this week, he should know that life is more important and people are at the verge of hunger and death. In any case, the whole essence of touring the north is little on Nyota program, but to sanitize the corrupt leaders who have failed the people of northern Kenya. Furthermore, the Nyota program is a World Bank program happening in other African countries like Angola, Mozambique, Nigeria, Senegal, Benin, Togo. Yet we have not seen their presidents turn this into re-election campaign rallies across their countries. As a DCP party that is built on the philosophy of listening to the people, Kenyans have sent us overwhelming questions and concerns about the North and promises made by one William Ruto. Mr. William Ruto, as you go to dance on the podiums in the North, this week starting from tomorrow. Do not forget to tell the people of the North why only less than 35% of the population have access to basic clean and safe drinking water compared to the national average of about 68%. The North, too, are Kenyans. Mr. William Ruto in the North, over 850,000 school-going children did not attend school last year, and the same for this year. Mr. William Ruto, the schools in the North have no classrooms, no laboratories, no teachers. Children standing at the trees. Does this prick your humanity, if at all any is left as you head to the North? Mr. William Ruto, health is in the North is just as bad. In Mandera County, half of all women give birth at home without a nurse or a medical doctor. Only 6% of children aged 12 to 23 months are fully vaccinated. I do not know whether you understand what this means to the future of the North and Kenya. Garissa County records the highest maternal deaths in the country, with 247 women per every 1,000 dying during childbirth. Your closest friend and partner, Aden Duale, is the CS for Health, and he comes from Garissa. Tell him to explain this phenomena to the people of Garissa and the North. You should also explain why you don't ask him these hard questions. Mr. President, in Wajir County, 90% of the population lives in extreme poverty, the highest in Kenya. Marsabit records 85.8%, while Mandera, Isiolo, and Garissa each have over 77% of their people struggling to survive. These are not just numbers. They are mothers dying, children going hungry, and families suffering every day. And because, William Ruto, you are part of the mess in the North through lies and fake promises, please, before you make other promises starting tomorrow, note that the promises you have made to the North in the last 3 years are running into trillions of shillings burdened in lies. We take the trouble to remind you some of them. Mr. President, on 25th of November 2023 at Loyangalani Cultural Center in Marsabit County, while attending the Marsabit Lake Turkana Cultural Festival, you openly lied to the residents of Marsabit that they will be connected to the national electricity grid through Lake Turkana wind power by the year 2024. We are in 2026 and the status quo remains. Mr. Ruto, you lied that power main grids would be constructed immediately in the towns of Moyale, Marsabit, and North Hall. Zero works have commenced. As Ramadan nears, please give these Kenyans power. They do not need to cross to Somalia and Ethiopia to get ice cubes like they have done in previous years. Mr. Ruto, you lied that the Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs would construct, with immediate effect, fish landing sites and fish processing zones in Turkana County. 3 years later, all we see is cattle rustling and ravaging drought. William Ruto, you lied that the Turkana University College would be granted a charter by the year 2024 to be a fully fledged public university. As usual, where is the university charter for Turkana University for the last 3 years? Mr. Ruto, you lied that FGM would be dealt with accordingly and perpetrators be held accountable. Today, the prevalence of FGM in Marsabit County is at 83%, ranking Marsabit County as the third highest county in Kenya